Hello guys, my name is Mary Jane, MJ for short, and I want to welcome you back to my YouTube channel. Now on today's topic, I want to share with you 10 life lessons young people learn too late. And why I'm making this video today is because I wish I knew these lessons earlier in my life. Well, you can say you're not too old. Yes, I know I'm not too old. I just turned 30 years old. But I wish in my early 20s, I knew these lessons. My life would have changed a long time ago. But it's not too late. Do you know why? Because when I started learning about these things, that's in my early 20s, as I was approaching my 30s, I decided to start applying these lessons to my life. And believe me, when I tell you that my life completely changed. All right? So I will urge you to watch this video to the very end because, guys, every point that I'm going to mention in this video is very important, especially even the last point is very, very important. And I also want you to take note, but not just take note, but also apply it to your life. All right. So without further ado, let's go straight into today's topic. Now, the first lesson I want you to know or take note of is that you have to stop worrying about what others think about you. Yes, I know that we are living in a world right now where most people, not everybody, tend to think about what other people would think about them if they do this or if they do that. You know, for example, I remember growing up or in my early 20s, there are some things that I wanted to do, right? But I was thinking, what will people think about me? What will people say? What would, my parents say? What would my neighbors say? And it kept me boxed. It kept me stuck in one position. Then later on, I had to just take myself out of it. I was like, no, these people are not going to determine my life for me. Right? And I started doing things that I know was good for me. I always say this, as long as you are not hurting anybody, as long as you're not even hurting yourself, do what you know is going to better yourself and also better your future. Very, very important. Stop worrying about what others will think about you. And that is this thing that I'm saying is what so many people allow themselves to sabotage themselves. They cannot reach their full potentials because they are afraid of what people will think about them. See, come out of that box. Unstuck yourself. All right? And keep your ears, shut your ears about what other people are saying, what other people are doing. Because at the end of the day, people's perception of you is not your reality. Whether you do things that is good today, there are some people that will find excuse, okay, to say you're not doing that thing right. Or there's some people that will find excuse to accuse you, to say you're a bad person. All right? So if you are someone who keep themselves stuck because of what people think about you, you need to stop doing that today. And the earlier you start that, especially if you're in your early 20s or your middle 20s, the better for you. Believe me when I tell you that. When you stop that, your life will completely change and you will see how you will go from one phase to another greater phase. Believe me on this. Now, the number 2 thing, which is the second thing, please study yourself and know who you are. A lot of people figured out this late. And thank God, I'm part of the people that figured this out late, not too late, like in my late 20s. But thank God I figured it out sooner than later. If you're a young person watching this video, study yourself. Because once you study yourself, you would definitely know who you are. And this is my story, okay? When I was young, I realized, or when I was not young, when I was in my early 20s, I realized that when people come into my life, they go out more full than when they came. I realized that I have this kind of energy that is very rare. I mean, some people come and rub my blessing. I realized that I was a very blessed girl. and some people come and rob that blessing of me and take along with them. Like, I've not seen one person who have come into my life and leave empty or half full. They always leave full. All right. And I realize even when I go to an environment, right? Like, for example, they organize maybe a party or something. When I'm in that environment is very lively. I realized that. So later on in life, I realized that I started thinking about all these things, and I was like, okay, if this is who I am, that means it's not everybody that deserves my energy, and it's not everywhere that I deserve to, or that I need to go. And that is why I started cutting off some energy suckers in my life, and I started cutting off, some places that I used to go that I'm not supposed to go. And that is how, I started preserving my energy, and the people that come into my life, I know that they are worth it. It's not just anyhow kind of people. Now, do you understand what I'm saying? So you need to study yourself and know who you are, so that energy that you keep distributing everywhere, you will stop it, and you will have your own energy and your cup always full. All right. Now, the next thing is that you must take risks while you are young. This is non-negotiable. See, as a young person, if you are someone that is afraid of taking risks, my darling, you need to stop being afraid. Do you know why? Especially maybe if you're in the early 20s. If you start taking risks now, those risks will start paying off probably before you even reach your 30s or while you are in your 30s. But when you're someone who is afraid of taking risks now in your early 20s, and you still enter your 30s, you might start taking that risk maybe in your 30s or your 40s. But at that time, before it to start paying off, it will take a little bit longer. All right? That is why it's encouraged for young people to take risks. And believe me when I say, I'm not saying you should go and take bad risks. No. You know that thing that you know that if you take risks about, like maybe for your future, for your career, for your life, in your back of your mind, something is telling you it's going to pay off. Take that risk. Don't sit down there and keep yourself stuck and you're waiting for the right time. There is no right time. Believe me when I say that today, I am a product of that. I took risks very early I think I was like 24, 25. I was in my middle 20s, and that was when I started taking risks. And right now that I'm in my 30, most of those risks are now paying off. Most of those risks that I took are now paying off. I'm seeing the result of those risks. And I wish I even took them sooner. Because if I didn't mean I took them sooner, I would have been reaping it like, even sooner than before I'm even in my 30s. If you plant something today, you don't expect something to grow tomorrow. No, sometimes it takes longer. Sometimes it takes 3 years, 4 years, 5 years, but it will definitely germinate. That is why the earlier you take risks, the better for you. All right. Now, the next point is stop showing up for everyone. I know that this point is going to sound a little bit confusing. MJ, what do you mean by stop showing up for everyone? Well, I'm going to tell you exactly what I mean. Listen, the more you put yourself out there and you show up for everybody in your life, whether it's family, friends, colleagues, everybody, guess what? You are stressing yourself. You are putting yourself under so much stress, and you are not giving yourself that attention. You are giving other people attention. And believe me, it is not good for you. Believe me. I used to be someone who I show up for everybody. And at the end of the day, I am left empty. Okay? At the end of the day, I realized that nobody was showing up for me. Okay? Now, when you stop showing up for everybody, yes, you see a lot of people run away from you. And that is what you need, because you don't need lots of people in your life. You need few specific good people in your life. All right? Some people are just there to just suck you dry. Just like I said, energy suckers. To just suck you dry. When they need help, it's you they will call. When they want something, it's you they will call. And guess what? You are the person that don't know how to say no. And this is where boundaries even comes in. You need to set boundaries, those boundaries. You don't know how to say no. You don't know how to say, you know what? I'm not going to do this. You are always the yes man. And they keep coming, and you are left drained every time. Now you need to stop. Yes, you're a good person, okay? But stop wasting your time proving it. This is one thing I had to teach myself, because I knew I was a good person. But proving it to everybody that I was a good person was leaving me drained. Yes, I was drained constantly. And that was how I stopped. And when I stopped, all of them flee. Like almost all of them, not all of them. Some remain. And that is when I knew that I only have few, nice people and good people in my life. And those were the ones I knew that were for me. That means all of those people, they were just hanging around for what I can offer them. All right? So stop showing up for everybody. Do you understand me? Now, the next thing is, when people show you who they are, believe them. You see, I learned this one very late in my life, like in my late 20s, sorry. When people show you who they are, believe them. Yes, someone told me this and I will never forget. You know, there are some of us who have this particular people in our life. Maybe we're even in a relationship, right? And we keep making excuses for him or for her, or our friendships. We keep making excuses for those friends in our life that keep, treating us badly. Maybe you're even that person that you know that your friend is jealous of you. You know, but you keep making excuses thinking that person will change. Or you know that person is hitting on you. You know, but you keep these people very close to you. One day, that snake gonna bite. Yes, they are gonna bite. So when people show you who they are, whenever, like maybe in a circle of friends, you know this person is someone that is jealous of you, or you know this person is hating on you, or you know this person doesn't like you. See, you can love them from afar. They don't need to be close to you. All right, that is something that I learned late in my late 20s. That I can love people from afar. They don't have to be very close to me for us to be sitting down and dining together. Okay, so just cut them off silently from your life. When people show you who they are, just believe them. Stop making excuses for them. Just like I said, if you're in a relationship and that person show you countless times that, they don't like you, they don't love you like that, and you keep saying that, oh, maybe they will change, or maybe if they have this, they will change, or maybe if I do this thing for them, they will change. They will not change. Stop doing the work of God. You are not God. All right? Stop doing the work of God. They will not change. If they show you that they don't love you, they don't like you like that, or they're not going to take you serious, believe them. I know it's going to hurt, but please, just take your two left legs and walk away. Do you understand me? And this brings me to my next point. Show people how to treat you. This point is very important. Listen, we can say we want respect, or we want love, or we want this, or we want that. But if you don't show people how to show you that respect or that love, you will keep getting the opposite of that. Believe me when I say this. All right? You cannot say you are someone who wants respect, and when you come outside, you dress shabbily, you look, less confident, you have low self-esteem, you don't carry yourself with so much pride and confidence. How will people show you respect? How will people approach you with the admiration in their eyes? If you say you want respect from people, like the kind of good respect you're looking for from people, then you need to show up as her or as him. The way you dress matters. The way you talk to people matters. The way you walk matters. The way you address people matters. Even the small detail, the tiny details in your life matters. Even the way you eat in public matters. I know of someone who came and met me. I was outside with my husband one day, and this person walked up to me and told me, hey, I admire the way you eat. Yes, even the small details matters. Okay? So if you want respect, you must show yourself that respect. All right. If you're someone that you are in a group of people who talk to you anyhow, and you tell yourself, oh my God, I'm a good person, I don't know why people talk to me like this. Well, you need to call it to order. You need to talk to them. You don't like to be talked that way. You don't like to be spoken to that way. Don't say, okay, I'm a peaceful person. You know what? I'm just going to let it go. I'm just going to let it slide. The more you let it go, the more it keeps growing, and the more they show you disrespect. So you need to start standing up for yourself. If people talk to you like the way you don't like, you have to caution them. Tell them, I don't like the way you talk to me. So that next time when they're going to talk to you, address you, they will do it with respect and so much dignity. All right? Now, do you understand me? So show people how you want to be treated. All right? And that brings me to my next point. By all means, stop procrastinating. Youths, young people, listen. I know that we sometimes, the body is so much, at this point that it doesn't want to do something. Sometimes you might wake up in the morning, you have so much things to do that day, right? And your body will tell you, today, not today, let's just procrastinate it to tomorrow. Well, it's always matter, like, it's always, what is that saying? Is body over matter, or how did they put it? It's always mind over matter. Okay? Yesterday, I woke up in the morning. I already said, me and my husband already talked about that. We're going to walk yesterday morning. And after we come back from our walk, we're going to walk out, right? And I woke up and my body was like, no, keep sleeping. I was feeling very tired, keep sleeping. And I just reminded myself, I said, MJ, it's progress over perfection. Discipline over perfection. And I told myself, you know what? I told my body, you know what? I know you want to rest, but this is the time for us to go on this walk. So we're going to do it, and we're going to walk out today. And that's how I woke my husband up, and I'm like, let's go. And we did. And I was happy that I did. At the end of everything, I went on a walk, and we came back and I walked out for almost 15 minutes. I was happy that I did that. I was so excited. Do you know one thing that will happen, or two things that will happen, that when you don't procrastinate? One, you get that thing done. And secondly, you will be proud and happy that you did it. But when you don't, it's the opposite. You don't get that thing done and you'll be moody. You'll be sad that you didn't get it done. But when you get it done, you'll be happy. Believe me. All right? So please, you are young. All right? Use this young age to keep getting things done, no matter what your body tells you. Darling, is mind over matter. Okay? You have to program your mind. Okay? All right. So the next thing that I want to tell you is remove every deadline you give to yourself. This is something that is killing we youth of today. I know that I did this while I was coming up as well. While I was in my early 20s, I gave myself some deadline. But later I came and realized that, MJ, you got to remove all these deadlines. And I did. You need to stand up now. If you're someone who told yourself, before 25, I'm going to marry, I'm going to have my kids, I'm going to build a house, I'm going to buy this car, or before 30, I'm going to have millions in my account, remove it. That is why you are depressed. That is why you are stressed, and that is why you are burnt out. You need to remove all those deadlines. Excuse me. You need to remove all those deadlines. Because, listen, you need to come down to reality. You are living in this fantasy world, in this la la land world that you think everything happens in a specific time and period. You might put all those deadlines, and if it doesn't happen, what will happen? That is why you see most of our young people today are depressed, are stressed, they are burnt out. They don't know what to do, because guess what? They told themselves they're going to achieve this by this age, and they did not, and it get them depressed. Listen, if you have been doing all these things without God, I'm going to advise you to clean all those deadlines you give to yourself and start another new, fresh timeline with God. This time around with God. Let God handle the timeline. All you got to do is for you to rest, Do the one that you can do. Control the one that you can control and leave the rest for God. Do you understand me? So remove all those deadlines, all those things that you tell yourself you're going to achieve before some certain age, remove it. It's not in your control. It's not in your control. Do the one you know you can control and leave the rest for God. And that brings me to my next point. Find your purpose. Listen, you see, I didn't say find money or go and hustle for money. No. Finding your purpose give you that money. And what is your purpose? Your purpose is that gift that God has blessed you with. Because everyone on earth, whether you believe it or not, God has blessed everyone on earth with gifts. And that gift is your purpose. What is it that you're on earth to do? What is it that God has put you on this earth to do? The Bible says that the gift of a man makes a way for him or her. So you see that gift that God has blessed you with. When you find it, when you find that purpose, that thing that God has put you on this earth to do, to fulfill his own purpose on earth, when you start doing it, believe me, it will look like work. You know, there's some people that are doing work, they are doing things that they are not supposed to be doing. And that is why they are stressed again. Because now this is not their purpose, this is not what they are meant to do. You know, and every day they wake up to want to go to work, they are angry, they are pissed off, because that is not what you are meant to do. That is not your purpose. Find your purpose, and the earlier you find your purpose and start pursuing it, the better for you. Because now you are not just doing anyhow job. No, you are doing your own purpose, and you will be happy every day doing it. Believe me when I tell you that when I found my purpose, that was when I started living. That is when I started living. I don't see myself as if I'm doing work. I just see myself, you know what, I'm doing what I'm meant to do. So finding your purpose is very important in life. And when you find it early, you'll be glad you did. And that brings me to my last point. Find peace. This point is very important. Without peace, believe me, you'll be living a life of so much chaos, even when you have everything in your life. Yes, believe me. And this peace that I'm talking about, it cannot be found from anywhere or from any material thing, but it can only be found in God, in Jesus Christ. Because before Jesus left earth, right, he said something. He said, "My peace I leave with you, not as the world give you." The world has, created this idea of peace. I call it a mirage. And what is a mirage? Like, the more you come close, it disappears. The more you see, the less you see, right? It disappears. That is what the kind of peace the world gives. The world says, if you have money, if you have wife, if you have a partner, if you have kids, if you have houses, if you have fame, you have this, then you have peace. But believe me, you have all of this, but you still feel empty without the peace of Christ in you. Believe me on this. You will have all of these things. Go and ask those people that have it. They are still empty. Some of them even kill themselves because they were pursuing all these things. They think that is what will give them peace, but they found out that there is no peace in all of these things. That is why you have to find peace in Christ, peace in your Maker. He's the only one that gives you genuine peace. In a world that every young person wants to have fame, money, this, that. If you have that peace that Christ gave, believe me, even when you don't have all these things, you will look peaceful. You will be so filled with so much peace that you'll be like, wow. Without all these things, you are still peaceful. And even those people that have it will look at you and want to be like you. Believe me on this. So find peace today. Okay? If there is anything else, that I've said in all this point, if you can find this last point that I've said, you'll find all of those things. Believe me. All right? So I know that this video makes some type of sense. I really do hope. Okay, and if it does, please do not forget to leave this video a thumbs up so that the algorithm would push this video to so many young people like you and I, so that they can watch it and also learn, okay, and apply it to their life. And also, please do not forget to tell me what you think. Give me your thoughts and tell me your thoughts in the comment section. And all right, and also lastly, I'll beg you to subscribe. If you're a new person to this channel today, subscribe and let me know where you're subscribing from. Let me know my community, and okay, and let's be friends and all of that, right? So I hope this video really spoke to you. I really do hope. So yeah, thank you so much. I really appreciate you being here and staying till this point, and I will see you in my next video.